Hello, hello. Happy Monday. We are back with another Money Talk Monday. And this is episode 8. And I cannot believe that. We're already at episode 8 in October. Wow. So thanks for joining me on these Money Chat Mondays. Today we are going to be talking about cryptocurrency because I did a poll and for some reason out of all the topics, I did not expect this one to be the winner, but out of all of the topics, this one won out over stocks, everything else. So next week, we'll have to talk about my wins and losses with the stock market, the good, the bad, the ugly. But today we're going to be talking about cryptocurrency. So thank you for everyone that actually voted in the poll and said what they wanted to talk about today. So I do want to just put a little PSA out there. This is not investment advice. Gotta say that. This is not investment advice. This is a discussion, and hopefully more so to introduce cryptocurrency to some folks. And if you're not already invested in cryptocurrency, or if you just you're interested in cryptocurrency as someone that likes to invest in the stock market already, you're not quite ready to take the plunge in cryptocurrency, but you're interested. So that's who this is for. And this is a learning opportunity. So I do want to talk about the top cryptocurrencies right now. I am referencing two lists right now. And one is Forbes and the other is, I've been looking at a couple articles. The other is NASDAQ. So we're going to talk about the top 10 cryptocurrencies in October. I'm also going to talk about my spin on it, the ones that have been very successful for me, honestly, and, give my thoughts as we go through the list here. So let me pull this up. I do have my microphone, so I am hoping the audio is okay. Fingers crossed that is all good. Oh, and let me just put in YouTube because I forgot there's been a ton of stuff going on with YouTube and, well, not YouTube, but more so Facebook, Instagram. Okay, so all done with that. Okay, so jumping into the cryptocurrencies, let me share my screen. So I'm going to pull up this list from Forbes first. Okay, and it says 10 cryptocurrencies in October 2021. And they do have this visual here. So let's first get into cryptocurrency. So what is a cryptocurrency? This is just a digital currency where there's an encryption around it based on the blockchain technology. You're using that to regulate the units and verify transfers of the funds and all of that. So it is independent of a central bank. And that is what the beautiful thing is about cryptocurrency, is that it basically gives you a lot of freedom peer-to-peer. So the peer-to-peer lending was a big thing a couple of years ago. A lot of folks just wanting to get away from the bank, the banking fees, the criteria, all these things that kind of bind you. So it's more of a free market. Now they do have this visual of Bitcoin, and I think that's Monero right here, and Dogecoin, I'm assuming right there, Cardano over here where I'm pointing my my arrow, and then Ethereum, ETH. So that's crazy. I know all of them. I know all of them. So they are using this visual. However, I do want it to be very clear. Cryptocurrency is a digital virtual currency. You're not going to go somewhere and have an actual coin. There are no actual coins unless you're creating one. You're buying a coin that just has the visual of a Bitcoin, but you're not buying a Bitcoin and you get this coin. So it's just a digital currency. It's encrypted, and they use blockchain techniques and technologies to regulate it. So openly regulated. And verify the transfers and things. So you're not going to get an actual currency. Oh, wait, this is Dash. So this is not Dogecoin. Which Dogecoin probably just has that little Shiba dog on it or whatever. I don't know what kind of dog it is, but that dog. that, you see everywhere now whenever you talk about cryptocurrency. Um, that poor dog. He's been used everywhere, but his face is on that coin. So I just want that to be clear. You are not going to get an actual coin when you invest in cryptocurrency. It is virtual money, which is why I think the likes of a Warren Buffett do not like it, because it's not a hard asset. But when we talk about fiat money, what are we really getting there too? Hey, Sharky. Sharky saying, hello, Jessica, looking forward to this crypto chat, and you're looking great in the print dress. Thank you. Hello, Cassandra, how are you? Good afternoon, or wait, where are you? Where are you based? Good afternoon. It is approaching evening where I'm at. So let's jump into it. What are the most popular cryptocurrencies? Let me first say, so no physical coin. I made some notes that I wanted to mention on this one. It is all electronic. It's all like, if electricity goes out, we can't use our phones, we can't use our computers, we're kind of messed up there. Online ledger, there's a lot of speculation around cryptocurrency. A lot of people are just in it now, not for the technology, not for the advancements, and not for how this can revolutionize money and the thinking around money and everything that money can do. But they're in it just to speculate, and they want to get in so that hopefully they can sell it later in life. And while there are others who are more long time, they understand the value of, say, Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies. They're in it for these projects and the scope of how things can change our world of money. The other thing I want to mention is that there is high volatility. So with cryptocurrency, it is very different than the stock market. So with stocks, we have history of data. We've got years and years of data, right? We've got long-standing companies that have, been here 50 years or so, or more. And we can actually look at the technicals of, the stock market. You can do that with cryptocurrency, but it's very new. So we don't have as much data. So it's so new that a lot of people are leery of jumping in because there's a lot of movement compared to the stock market. And the stock market goes up and down on a daily basis. But the amount of movement and how quickly things change is instantaneous. Like people losing thousands of dollars, like every week, every month, like there's something happening with a cryptocurrency, depending on which one you're in. Bitcoin is starting to have a little less volatility. You may not think that looking at the price of it at 48,000 and it drops to 41,000 in like a month. But, in comparison to some of the other cryptocurrencies, it's probably the one that's, obviously the long-standing currency. And then it's also, you can see that it's seeing less volatility than some of the other ones. You can convert it to cash. So while you don't get an actual coin, you can convert to cash. And you can also, with some different exchanges, you can also now get cash in exchange for your Bitcoin or your Ethereum or whatever cryptocurrency. You can have that exchange, hold it, and now you can use it, as your debt. You can use that. So it's interesting space. Good evening. It'll be time for, oh yes, exactly. It's 7 p.m. where I'm at. I was gonna say, I was like, are you on the West Coast? Alrighty, so let's get into the article. I'm just gonna cruise down here so we can talk about the top currency. So of course, number one on the list is Bitcoin. If you're on an exchange, you're gonna find it by the letters BTC. It has a market cap of over 821 billion. Now this is recognized by Forbes Advisor. And so they're talking about Satoshi Nakamoto, who is, we don't really know who Satoshi Nakamoto is. It could be one person, it could be a group of people, but they use the pseudonym Satoshi Nakamoto. And they created the first cryptocurrency as we know it, which is Bitcoin, and it runs on the blockchain or this online ledger, right? So it keeps all the transactions on these blocks of information. So that is the first currency that we know That's the one that I would say that I'm most heavily invested in because it was the first one I found out about. So I had learned about Bitcoin, and then later I learned about Ethereum. And when a friend came to me after I learned about it, but I wasn't ready to take the plunge in 2020, they told me to get in to buy it, buy some of it, just buy a little bit, whatever you can put aside. And so I bought in 2020. And so at this point, everything's been a gain. So I haven't seen like just a huge loss, but I have seen some temporary losses, unrealized losses. But over time, if you look at a chart with Bitcoin over the past years, you see that it has been increasing over time. So they are listing right here, Bitcoin's price has skyrocketed as it's become a household name. 5 years ago, you could buy Bitcoin for about $500. As of September 30th, 2021, a single Bitcoin price was over 43,000. Now that has jumped. The last time I looked, I don't check it constantly because it's constantly jumping around, but the last time I looked, it was at 48,000. So, and it hit, I think its high was at 60,000 for one Bitcoin. The thing I do want to mention, they are saying the growth has been about 8,600%. That's wild. But you don't have to buy a full Bitcoin. You can buy percentages of Bitcoin, right? So that is the beauty of it. And I do think that built-in technology is made for the future because you can split it up in so many ways, whereas a dollar, you just can't split it up that far. Ah, that's right, Cassandra, you're in Texas. Hello, Louis. Welcome. Yes, you're in Texas. So we're on the same time zone. And I'm like, girl, what are you talking about? I'm talking about afternoon. Sharky says, was Nakamoto part of Mt. Gox? Hopefully not. I have no idea what Mt. Gox means. What does that mean? Now, Satoshi, we really do not know who Satoshi Nakamoto is. We can speculate that it was one person or a group of people. I feel like it was a group of people and they just went by this pseudonym name. Honestly, I don't think it was one person. I really don't. Just because it's such an advanced technology, I can't imagine that just one person actually created it. But yeah, we don't know who Satoshi Nakamoto actually was. I don't know if they're still around, if they're gone, like who knows? And I would imagine if you have that many Bitcoin, you may not want to let people know that. So moving on, I will say Bitcoin, this has been the most successful for me. It is the most popular. If you look across exchanges, it's going to be the most popular, right? But let's move on to Ethereum because Ethereum is one I still think folks are going to be pretty early on with. And I did buy into Ethereum at the same time as I bought into Bitcoin. So with Bitcoin, I was like, so my friend was he was like solely Bitcoin, don't care about all these other, coins and altcoins is what they're called. Anything outside of Bitcoin that's a cryptocurrency, you're going to call them an altcoin. So with Ethereum, he was just like, no. But I was like, I had been thinking about Ethereum for a very, very long time. And it just made sense because I kept hearing about one of the founders of Ethereum, Vitalik, talk about it. Every time he talked about it, I was like, yeah, this makes sense. So I started buying in with that. So I do actually own technically more Ethereum, but the gains have been more with Bitcoin as of today. So Ethereum has a market cap of over 353 billion. If I can get that out of my mouth. Both cryptocurrency and blockchain platform. So that's what I like about Ethereum. Bitcoin is very simple, which is why I think it wins long term because it is very simple. When you have a technology just very simple, straightforward, it lessens the chance of a lot of different bugs and issues down the line. That's why I think Bitcoin is just a beautiful thing because it is very simple. With Ethereum, it offers a lot of different solutions because you can add on so many applications. That's why you're hearing about like oh my gosh, EFTs going around, like everyone's talking about that. But there's a lot of other projects that are built on the Ethereum network or platform, whatever you want to call it. So they're calling out Ethereum as a favorite of program developers because of its potential applications like so-called smart contracts that automatically execute when conditions are met, and non-fungible tokens, which are the NFTs. So the NFTs, I have not gotten into, but the reason I kept investing into Ethereum is the fact that I saw a lot of other projects being built on Ethereum. And so in my mind, I kept thinking, well, if everyone's building on Ethereum, then Ethereum is going to have to stick around because they're dependent on it. So this technology is so good that others are finding ways to build off of that. So that's why I decided to go ahead and invest in Ethereum. At the time, Bitcoin, when I bought into Bitcoin, the price was 11,000. When I bought into Ethereum, the price was $416. Right now, one Ethereum is priced at about 3,300 the last time I looked. And they're calling out here, Ethereum has experienced tremendous growth as well. In just 5 years, its price went from about $11. Ooh, that hurts. That hurts when you buy into something and you know it's cheaper and you could have bought it at $11, but you bought it at this. Ooh, but it's okay because I still made some gains on it. So the price went from about $11 to almost 3,000, increasing more than 27,000%. That's a lot. That's crazy. So Ethereum has surpassed $3,000. So they're off on that. But, I think for me, I did get in at a good time because I started buying it when it was $416. Now, the first time I saw Ethereum, though, it was like somewhere between $100 and $200. And I was like, oh, let me get a couple of Ethereum. And I was close to doing it. And then I shifted to the stock market because at the time it was scary to just put my money into this thing that I thought I kind of understood, but I wasn't sure. So I was like, no, let me buy these couple stocks. So instead, I made that move, but I'm glad I bought in where I did. And I have definitely had a lot of gains and is the second most popular cryptocurrency right now. And again, you will see that as well across different exchanges and across many articles. Now, this next one, Tether, I do own a little bit of Tether just to jump into it. What I don't like about Tether is a stable coin. So that's just tied to the fiat currency. So tied to the US dollar. I think that's more for people that are very, very cautious. They're scared of where their money is going to go. So let's see what they say about it. So they're saying, unlike some other forms of cryptocurrency, Tether is a stable coin, meaning it's backed by fiat currencies like the US dollar, the euro, and hypothetically keeps a value equal to one of those denominations. In theory, this means Tether's value is supposed to be more consistent than other cryptocurrency and is favored by investors who are wary of the extreme volatility of other coins. So for me, look, the reason I am not like a huge fan of Tether is just I would prefer the volatility compared to having something tied to the US dollar or even the euro or a lot of the currencies right now, and even over past years, because each year, when you look at the currencies of the world, they're constantly being devalued. So why would I want something that is losing value, right? Cassandra says I'm sleepwalking. You're sleepwalking, Cassandra. Oh, goodness. Let's see. Marshall Marker is saying I'm having a hard time trying to find a good paying job outside of Uber because my WWE face tattoo. Any suggestions? Anything would help. Thank you. Okay. I am going to hold on to that question just because it's off topic. Stick with me and I will answer that question. I'm going to have to think about that. I actually think I have a resolution for you, but you may or may not like it. Watchful Marker. Okay, so the next one, that's Tether. Some lists don't even include Tether as the number 3, but Forbes is listing at number 3. When I looked at NASDAQ, the number 3 was Stellar XLM. So a little bit of transition there. Now, Cardano is one that I have talked about in a past video. Cardano or ADA, if you're going to look on an exchange, not every exchange actually offers Cardano. I know that Coinbase offers it. I know Gemini, I don't believe offers it right now, but this is one that I like. One of the founders of Ethereum actually sold his Ethereum and went off to make his own project. So this is the project that he went off to make. The market cap for Cardano is over 67 billion. So, and it is proof of stake. So we're going to talk about this. I'm going to read through here. So, somewhat later to the crypto scene, Cardano is notable for its early embrace of proof-of-stake validation. This method expedites transaction time and decreases energy usage and environmental impact by removing the competitive, problem-solving aspect of transaction verification present in platforms like Bitcoin. Cardano also works like Ethereum to enable smart contracts and decentralized applications, which are powered by ADA, or ADA, I've heard it pronounced so many ways. It's native coin. So that's actually why I like Cardano, mainly because of the environmental impact, because the whole complaints that we heard about Bitcoin, it's not environmentally friendly, right? It uses too much energy to mine Bitcoin because it's not what I talked about earlier, but to actually get a cryptocurrency, there's this energy that has to be put into it. So you actually have to mine the cryptocurrency by use of these supercomputers. So they are using energy, right? So that is the case against Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, that it's too expensive to mine. They're having this environmental impact, right? And so that solves that problem, right? And it's quicker. So the transaction time, it's faster, which I like as well. I've listened to Charles Hoskinson, if I can pronounce his name right. I think that's how you pronounce it. And, I like his mindset. He seems to be in the crypto game to help solve problems in the world. And I really like that it's not just a money grab for Charles Hoskinson. So it makes me think that he's in it to win it. He's in it for the long term. At least that's what I feel when I've listened to him, and why I bought into Cardano. I bought into Cardano when it was pretty cheap. I bought somewhere in between like 120 and 130, or not 130, $1.20, $1.30. It's now somewhere around 145. It had gotten up to $2. It's long term for me, so I'm not a person that got in and was like, ooh, it's high, I'm going to sell. I'm just in it long term to see how these projects go. And again, I think it's great that you can build on Cardano's platform with other projects as well. So you're saying Cardano ADA's token has had a relatively modest growth compared to other major crypto coins, which I get because the leader is not really focused on the money. It's not focused on the money. In 2017, ADA's price was 2 cents. Crazy, right? It's crazy to look at this and be like, oh, I could have bought this 2 cents. As of September 30th, its price was at $2.10. This is an increase of over 10,500%. So it depends on where you get in the market, but we can see the trend increasing, right? And I'm in it again for the long term. So there's a little bit of back and forth between what's the number 4 coin. On Coinbase, I believe Cardano is still number 4. At some other mediums like a Kraken or a Gemini, these are different types of exchanges where you can buy cryptocurrency. You may see Solana, which is very similar to a Cardano or Ethereum. Similar, contract model online. So you may see that as you're looking online to see like, okay, what's number 4, what's number 5. It depends on where you're looking, which exchange, because it just depends on the traffic of that exchange. So if you're buying from Coinbase, they're looking at traffic within Coinbase, not on Kraken. If you're looking at Kraken, you're going to be looking at what's the most popular coin on Kraken. If you're looking at Binance, which is another exchange, you're going to see a difference there too. Okay. So Binance Coin is one that I have not bought into, only because I wasn't on an exchange where I could actually buy into it, because you do have to use, I think, Binance to actually buy Binance Coin. That was my view. I may be wrong, but that is my understanding. Hello, Miss Fowa. Miss Foro, if I say your name. I'm having a time delay. Let me take a sip of my drink. And nothing interesting is in here. It is just emergency. Warmed up emergency. So, okay. Binance Coin. So let's look at this one because I am not as familiar with Binance Coin. I hear about Binance Coin a lot. And so let's find out about this one. Let's see if I can make this a little bit bigger. Nope, that didn't do it. Okay, maybe this will work. Let me know if you can see this. Otherwise, I'll just talk over it. And let's see. Yeah, that's not working. Let me know in the chat if you can see this or not. Okay, so Binance Coin. So they're saying Binance Coin has over 64 billion market cap. Interesting. The Binance Coin is a form of cryptocurrency that you can use to trade and pay fees on Binance, one of the largest crypto exchanges in the world. When I tried to use Binance to purchase, I can't because I'm in the United States. So I'll have to try it again to see if I can even use Binance as an exchange, but I haven't been able to. I've been able to use Gemini, I've been able to get on Kraken, I've been able to get on Coinbase. I can get on these other ones, but Binance, I think there's maybe some special thing I have to do. Or maybe it's just not available for US. All right, since its launch in 2017, Binance Coin has expanded past merely facilitating trades on Binance's exchange platform. Now it can be used for trading, payment processing, or even booking travel arrangements. What? It can also be traded or exchanged for other forms of cryptocurrency such as Ethereum or Bitcoin. Well, all of these coins can typically be exchanged for other cryptocurrencies. That's the beauty of it. It's an easy way to transact that way. You can get, a wallet or something, you can get onto an exchange and transfer. So if I want to say, hey, let me get one of my Ethereum and, I don't want to sell the whole thing. I just want to sell, I don't know, 0.02, 0.02 of it. I can exchange that and I say I want some Bitcoin, or I want to transfer all my Ethereum into Bitcoin now, or I want to transfer all my Solana into Bitcoin. I can do that. So this is amazing for Binance Coin. Its price in 2017 was 10 cents. By September 30th, 2021, it had risen to over $382, a gain of more than 382,000%. Wow. I missed the Binance Coin train. I missed that train. And I heard a bunch of people talking about it. Hey, I can get into Binance. I would have bought in if I could get onto Binance, I assure you. All right, so the next one, which is very interesting to me, XRP. It's one that I did buy into a while back. And the interesting thing about XRP are just the issues that have happened with XRP. And one of the exchanges I'm on, you can't even directly buy XRP anymore. However, I bought into XRP at 45 cents, and now it's at, last time I checked, it was over $1. And I'm just like, okay, I would have to put it into my wallet, transfer it, do some stuff to even sell it. I don't think I'm at a point where I want to sell my XRP, but I have some of it, and I bought in heavy at the time just because I was like, it was just so cheap. I was like, oh, I can just get a little XRP. It makes sense. But they've had some issues with the SEC. So we'll see how things play out. Okay, so created by some of the same founders as Ripple, this is a digital technology and payment processing company. XRP can be used on that network to facilitate exchanges of different currency types, including fiat currencies and other major currencies. At the beginning of 2017, the price of XRP was 0.006. Oh my gosh. As of September 30th, 2021, its price reached 94 cents, equal to a rise of 15,700%. And now it's actually over $1. So that's interesting. So they've had some increases. I think for me, the deal with XRP, I'm trying to remember why I actually bought into XRP. I honestly don't remember. I'm trying to recall. Now, I know one person talked about it, Boyce Watkins had talked about it, but that wasn't the end, because he talked about a lot of things. He's talked about Dogecoin. I couldn't buy into Dogecoin. But I think with XRP, it was a mix of just the fact that it was really cheap, and I think it had faster processing times or something, so it was more instant. And I know that's what we always want in money, just in general, even when it comes to making purchases online or swiping our credit card. We want things really quick. So I think the winner in this game basically is going to be the one that can do it faster, cheaper, and with less energy, right? So, or less energy use. So that's why I got into XRP. I was like, oh, that makes sense. So definitely wasn't a well thought out, plan or anything. I just wanted to be in the space to see what happened. So the next one I want to talk about is Solana. And I want to bring myself up for just a second because I want to look at some comments. Let me see. What are y'all talking about in here? Oh, wow. I am missing all of these comments. So sorry. Oh, hey, Sharky, you're still in here. Thank you, Miss Four Roller. Yes, please do hit the like button. Okay, you can see it. Thank you, Miss Four Roller. Can you still see it as I look at these comments? This seems like a good channel. Oh, thank you, Bouncer Slab. Well, welcome. It is a good channel. It's all good vibes, good energy. Nope, revenue generating domestic product. What? They're losers? What's a loser? So we're good energy in here. So yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Let's see. Yes, keep it clean and nice, please. Appreciate that, Sharky. Thank you. Okay, so I think he's talking about the cryptocurrencies though. So a lot of people feel pretty. Let me go back to XRP. People feel very passionately one way or the other about XRP. Just gonna put that out there. People are very passionate in the crypto space, especially for folks that have been in it for a long time. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. Now Solana is a newer one for me. I did buy in. I bought in at 130, and so it's now. Oh, I didn't put where the price is now. Oh wait, no, it's at 130. I bought in at 121. Hopefully I can check that later, but it's a newer one that I bought into because it seems very similar to Ethereum. So it has a market cap, they're saying, of 41 billion. If you find it on the exchange, it's going to be SOL on the exchange. And then it's developed to help power decentralized finance or DeFi uses, decentralized apps. So DeFi is the same thing, like Ethereum, Cardano, they're a part of that. Decentralized apps, DApps, and smart contracts. Solana runs on a unique hybrid proof of stake and proof of history mechanisms that help it process transactions quickly and securely. Sol, or Solana's native token, powers the platform. It was launched in 2020. Sol's price started at 77 cents. That pain inside. By August 2021, its price was almost 140, a gain of about 18,000%. So again, you're seeing the trend that yes, you can technically lose money if you sell when it's low. But there is a trend, if you look at any of these charts with the more popular cryptocurrencies like a Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, you're going to see a trend upward over the long term. So when it was launched or introduced to today, right? Of course, there's, people talk about a Bitcoin winter or altcoin winter or crypto winter when things are going to crash. And I would see that as a buying opportunity, just like I do the stock market, because I do believe in these long term. I do think money will continue to evolve. I think we're evolving right now, and it's pretty exciting. Okay, so that is Solana. I'm very new to Solana, so I'm not going to give too much feedback there, but I like that it's proof of stake, and I do like that proof of history. I'm going to have to look that up more later, But I see why more folks are talking about that now. It seems like an evolution of Cardano. That's what I see from just reading this. All right, so USD Coin, I do have some USD Coin. I'm not super excited about it because it's a stable coin. So let's get into this. So USDC is how you're gonna find it on the exchange. It has a market cap of over 31 billion. Like Tether, USD Coin is a stable coin, meaning it's backed by US dollars and aims for a 1 USD to 1 USDC ratio. USDC is powered by Ethereum. See, there you go. I told you. Projects powered by Ethereum. And you can use USD Coin to complete global transactions, which is nice. However, it's tied to the US dollar, which again, we talk about inflation on this channel. And I mean, everyone's talking about inflation. You can pretty much go to a lot of different countries in Europe and they're talking about inflation, right? And so seeing that it is tied to US dollars, it's like, ugh. But the benefit of it is that I stake some of my coin, so I'm getting money for just having my dollars in a stable coin versus having it in a bank making, I don't know, 0.05% interest or something. It gains a little more interest when you're using a stable coin, so that's why I like it. Polka Dot is one that I did buy into. Polka Dot actually bought in at $11 or $12, and it's now $30 a coin. And so I was like, oh, that was a cool move, but it was very new to me. Very, very, very new. I simply bought in because it was a trend and I was like, oh, I can get into this, test the waters, because I am a person that I have to have a little money into the game for me to even learn about it or for me to really stay invested into it. So if I'm not putting a little bit of, I guess, skin in the game, I'm not going to really stick with it. So if I hadn't invested in like the Bitcoin, the Ethereum, or whatever, I just be really out of the loop, and I have to learn that way because that's how I'm going to see the market moves and kind of get used to it and feel the ups and downs. If I don't have money and I just look at a chart, I'm like, oh, this is how it goes, but you're not feeling anything happen to you. So I could get on here and tell you guys, oh, just stick with it, but I don't even have any money invested, right? So it seems a little weird to even be in the space if you're not going to put your money in. That's my personal take on it. So let's get into Polka Dot. I'm going to look at some comments though before we go over it. Let's see. Oh, hey, Better Tomorrow. How are you? Oh, it's too small now. Okay. Let me, it's small for these eyes. Okay, let me switch. I'm going to swap. All right, let me see let me know if you can see it now. I'm a full roller. Great subject to talk about, says a better day tomorrow. Yes, it's a good one. It was picked by the community, so we are talking about it. Okay, Polka Dot Dlt. Market cap of over 28 billion. Cryptocurrencies may use any number of blockchains. Polka Dot and its namesake Crypto aims to integrate them by creating a cryptocurrency network that connects the various blockchains so they can work together. This integration may change how cryptocurrencies are managed and has spurred impressive growth since Polka Dot's launch in 2020. Between September 2020 and September 30th, 2021, its price grew 872%. From $2.93 to $25.61. So it's now at $30. So it's even increased since they wrote this article. Unless there's been a change in the past few hours. So along with Polka Dot, I've also invested into Polygon, T0 as well, and a few others, but not as heavily as the ones listed here. Dogecoin is one that I look. I couldn't get on the Doge train, so we'll talk about Dogecoin. So Dogecoin, D-O-G-E or Doge, made popular, I will add, by Elon Musk. He kind of, I'm going to try not to laugh. Okay, he definitely had a hand in this. Okay, so Dogecoin has been a hot topic. It is over 26 billion market cap, but it has been a hot topic thanks to celebrities and billionaires like Elon Musk. If I were writing this, I would say, thanks to Elon Musk, it has become a hot topic. He famously started It famously started as a joke in 2013. Dogecoin rapidly became a prominent cryptocurrency option thanks to a dedicated community and creative memes. It is a meme crypto. Unlike many other cryptos, such as Bitcoin, there is no limit on the number of Dogecoins that can be created, which leaves the currency susceptible to devaluation as supply increases, which for me is just not valuable. That's the reason I didn't even put $1 into Dogecoin because of the fact that the value for me of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies is the fact that because of its limited supply, like with Bitcoin, you can buy, what is it, 21 billion or 21 million Bitcoin. There's so many in circulation. And so as more people buy up Bitcoin and as we shift to using Bitcoin, so like you see El Salvador, they're now starting to use Bitcoin. But as we shift to using these cryptocurrencies, if there's a limited supply, well, we know about, simply supply and demand. When there's more demand and less supply, price goes up. So that's the basis of a lot of the cryptocurrencies, of the limited supply. And so that valuation you can see with Bitcoin, I don't see that for Dogecoin if there's no limited supply. Maybe that will change, but I think the value of that too could be for folks that do worry about the limited supply, but that's the value of it. Otherwise, we could use fiat, because with fiat, we can just print money. It's not tied to anything. It's not tied to, in the US, it's not tied to gold. We just print money. You need more money? Oh, we got the money printer over here, more money. And what is the money? It's just, hey, we owe you, we gonna pay it. Basically the government, like, we got you. It's like going to the cousin and being like, let me buy your TV. My boyfriend, he gave me this $1. He said he's gonna pay you back. You can trust him. Yeah. Like that's how it is in my mind. And as we see more money printing, it's just like, where does it end? So that's what brought me, and that's also what brought me to Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. But with Dogecoin, you don't have that. So that's my issue with it. And it is a meme coin. So it's not like it's solving an issue. It's just like, this is a joke. You can buy it if you want to. Okay. So I can't even get started with that. I'm sure it could see even more price increases. They're showing it right here. Dogecoin's price in 2017 was 0.0002. By September 30th, 2021, its price was at 20 cents, a 101,800% increase. And I think the price, let me just look real quick. Let me look at Dogecoin price. Where was it highest? I know it was higher than that. Wasn't it? I feel like the price went higher than that. Let me see. Okay, so the 7-day high was 24 cents. I feel like it went higher. Will Dogecoin reach $1? Maybe it will. Who knows? Because it's the speculation that was driving it up. Elon Musk using it, and other people like Dogecoin millionaires saying they, made so much money off of it. It's that speculation, but it's solely, to me, with Dogecoin, speculation. Like, you're buying in so you can get out. That's what I see. Or you're buying in because you want to make fun of the crypto market or just make fun of money. So that's the only value I see in that. So we've talked about all of them. What are my favorites? We could talk about that, and then I'm going to answer the question that the washable marker had earlier related to jobs. Now, Ms. Fuller is saying yes, much better. Good. So I'm going to bring myself up again to say hey. Hey, y'all. Hey, Time with Tiffy. Hey, one of my members joined the chat. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Thank you for the blessings. Yes, we need all the blessings. Thank you. I appreciate it. And blessings to you as well. I appreciate you. Everyone say hello to Time with Tiffy. She also does have a channel, so shout out to Time with Tiffy if you're interested in checking her out. Can King Akil. The teddy bear has joined us. Hello. How are you? So we are wrapping things up here. We're talking about the cryptocurrencies. Yes, make sure you hit that like button. Okay, so we talked about Bitcoin. We talked about Ethereum. Those are going to be my favorites. Long term, those are my favorites right now. I think Solana and Cardano could be competitors, but there's like a big question mark there. There is big question mark. Now, there was another list on the NASDAQ. I'm going to put this in the chat. I'm going to put both of these in the chat just so you know what I'm referring to in case you weren't able to see anything. Shout out to Miss Full Roller. So I'm putting that in the link, and then I'm also going to put the one for Forwards because they had a slightly different list, but it's mainly because of just how quickly things change. Now, with NASDAQ, they said their number one was Bitcoin, BTC. Second was Ethereum. And I mentioned Vitalik earlier. They went into more detail about who the creators were. Vitalik Buterin, I could remember his last name, Buterin, a Russian-Canadian programmer, and Gavin Wood, an English computer scientist who later contributed to other cryptocurrency projects. Oh, they left Charles Hoskinson off of here. So that's interesting. But it's solely the smart contracts. But they mentioned Stellar XLM. Stellar XLM. This is one that I did buy into it's been a while, so I can't tell you how long ago it's been. Oh, thanks, Sharky. So Doge got as high as 70 cents before Musk talked it down. Hopefully not a pump and dump. That's right. I knew it went up pretty high because there was this craze. Everyone wanted Dogecoin. I was just like, why would I buy that? It doesn't even make sense. And I mean, some people were smart if you sold off at the right time. So 70 cents, it got up to from 0.0002 to 70 cents. Interesting. So Stellar XLM, I'm going to just talk about it really quickly. Stellar is an open source blockchain whose native currency is Lumen. The network was founded in 2014 by Jed McCaleb, a cryptocurrency evangelist who previously co-founded Ripple Labs. And they're all kind of intermingling. It's like one person does this project and they go over here and they're like, let's get some money over here. Or let's do this exchange or let's do that. Like with the Gemini twins, the Gemini brothers, they created the Gemini exchange after they bought into Bitcoin and they became, they made it. It's like this whole network. And I think they tried to work at Facebook or some big company and they weren't able to. There's like a lot of background on the Gemini twins, the Gemini brothers, these really tall, kind of, I don't know, typical American looking guys, I guess. I don't know. That's probably bad to say, but like when you type into Google American, probably what you're going to get. But yeah, it's an interesting background. So anyway, that's Stellar. So there's that link between XRP. So they're all kind of involved. It's like a circle. So Stellar's goal is to enable inexpensive transactions in underdeveloped markets. The blockchain eschewed a standard mining network for transaction validations, relying instead on what's known as a federated Byzantine agreement algorithm. What in the world is that? I'll have to look that up. Because when I'm looking at these cryptocurrencies, I have to what does this mean? Look it up. When you're reading the white papers, which is what I would encourage anyone to do if they're looking at cryptocurrencies, each cryptocurrency should have a white paper. Dogecoin's white paper would say it's a meme coin, basically. This was made as a joke. Whereas Stellar or Bitcoin or whatever, they're going to have more details into what problems they're actually hoping to solve and what's the benefit. So definitely take a look at the white papers. I know on Coinbase they have them. If you just do a Google search and white paper for each coin, you'll be able to find it as well. The fourth one on here is Binance Coin. So that one's really popular. It's the brainchild of Changpeng Zhao. Hopefully I pronounced that right. CEO and founder of Binance, a leading global exchange for buying and selling cryptocurrency. The BNB token, acronym for it, was created with the aim of facilitating transactions on the Binance network, allowing users to pay their trading fees and access other products and services such as Binance's decentralized exchange. Users of BNB enjoy lower trading fees on Binance than those paying in other cryptocurrencies. Since its creation, BNB's popularity has grown beyond its utility on the Binance exchange, attracting speculators and day traders. BNB uses a proof-of-stake consensus model. Interesting. Next on the list was Cardano, number 5. Dogecoin, number 6. So that has lost some popularity because this was written a few months ago. Let me see. This was written in August. So it's lost a little bit of popularity. And then next on the list, 7, XRP. So XRP has become more popular since August. And we know that was the Ripple coin, right? Now, this is what I'm talking about with XRP. In 2020, the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, sued XRP's parent company, Ripple, and 2 of its executives, founder and executive chairman Chris Larson and CEO Brad Garlinghouse. The SEC alleged that XRP token sales were unregistered securities offerings. So it was an interesting case. So that's why it was like, Coinbase said, nope, we're not selling this anymore. You can't buy it, you can't sell it. So So I'm just holding on to XRP, and the prices continue because you can get it somewhere, just can't get it on certain exchanges. Litecoin was number 8, LTC, which was interesting. When I first entered the crypto game, LTC or Litecoin was like the second or third most popular. It was Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin normally. And so now it's like not even on the list right now. It's number 10. And in August, it was number 8. So it's fell off a little bit. So they're saying Litecoin was created in 2011 by Charlie Lee, a former Coinbase and Google engineer. It was designed to be a faster version of Bitcoin. New blocks are created every 2.5 minutes, which is 4 times faster than Bitcoin's 10-minute block intervals. Litecoin's faster transactions throughput makes it a more nimble unit of currency. Litecoin supply is also 4 times larger than Bitcoin's, a maximum of 84 million Litecoin tokens. So then Bitcoin only has 21 million available. Okay, that could be mine. Like Bitcoin, Litecoin relies on a proof-of-work consensus mechanism, although it uses a different hashing algorithm that makes mining easier for individual investors. Number 9 on the list is Bitcoin Cash. I do own Bitcoin Cash. BCH is the acronym. I don't really know what's going to happen with Bitcoin Cash. I just kind of got it for just in case. So Bitcoin Cash is a fork of the Bitcoin blockchain. Launched in 2017, the Bitcoin alternative features larger block sizes in order to facilitate more transactions and improve scalability. That is a downfall for Bitcoin. It's like it's a positive and a negative. I can see it both ways. Okay, Bitcoin Cash uses the same proof-of-work consensus mechanism as Bitcoin, and it has also capped its supply at 21 million tokens. You can buy Bitcoin Cash anywhere. Also, just a side note, Coinbase, Gemini, Kraken, they offer Bitcoin Cash. So supporters of Bitcoin Cash tend to believe its currency should be used as a medium exchange, whereas Bitcoin supporters view their favorite crypto's use of the store as a store of value. In 2018, Bitcoin Cash was also subject to a hard fork after a dispute over block size. The last one on the list is Chainlink, or the acronym for that is LINK. Link. Chainlink is a decentralized Oracle network that links smart contracts like those of Ethereum run blockchains with off-chain informational sources like data providers and APIs. The Chainlink token, Link, incentivizes smart contract providers and investors to use this data. Chainlink does not feature its own blockchain. Instead, its protocol can run on many blockchains simultaneously. So that is the article from NASDAQ compared to what Forbes put out just this month. So there you go. Those are the most popular cryptocurrencies. Again, for me, Bitcoin, Ethereum, long term. I want to see what happens with Solana, Cardano, Polygon, and Polka Dot. I'm curious about XRP and T0, but T0 is one that I bought into because one company that I purchased stock with, Overstock, it had bought into T0, and so I was buying Overstock, so I was like, might as well buy T0, and it actually, I have staking rewards, so they add into my T0, so I can gain more of it. It has doubled in price, so I bought it at $2.32. It's now $8 a coin, so it's staking more and more. It's almost like if you were to buy a stock and that stock pays dividends, and you take the approach of you buy more with that dividend, you just set up automatic, what is it called? So you automate the dividends to just buy more of that stock. And so you end up just getting more and more long term. That's kind of how I looked at T0. I was like, why not? Plus, I was buying into a company that was invested in T0. So all I have to say, this is hopefully just to help us understand more and more cryptocurrency. I am still learning, and I learn something every time I'm reading up on cryptocurrencies. There are also countries that are now kind of staking their money with Bitcoin. El Salvador, and then Ukraine was the next country that I learned about. I need to read more about it, but it was something about they are almost like gold was used in the past, so they're using Bitcoin for not their dollars, but whatever currency is in Ukraine. So they're open to Bitcoin as of a few weeks ago, I think 3 weeks ago. All right. The other thing I want to close out with saying is 68 million people and businesses are buying, selling, or managing cryptocurrency. So I do think it is a space that we do need to start learning more and more about. If you're not ready to invest right now, I think you should continue learning about it at least. Now, I want to get to Washable Marker's comment earlier. So, Washable Marker, I'm going to get to your comment. So you said, I'm afraid to invest my money anymore because after I invited in this generic deodorant, I lost over 2,000. So no more of that. I just want a good paying job that doesn't judge my face type too. Automated dividend reinvestment sounds awesome. That there's a crypto equivalent to that. Yes, it's called staking rewards. So you can get that. I would just say make sure that you just have to read the rules and things tied to it. Like, do you have to stake for a certain period of time? Are you holding, like, for example, your Ethereum, you could be staking, like what conditions are around it. But for me, I'm long-term, so I don't care. I don't care. I'm not selling it all tomorrow. At least I don't plan on it. Okay, Watchful Marker, your comment earlier was asking the question about a face tattoo. My advice for any tattoo that's visible would be to try to cover it up initially. And the reason for that is because, just like I say with everything else, you don't want to kind of highlight the judgment, like highlight the biases to come your way. So if there's a way that you can make that first impression, at least with makeup to cover it up. Yes, makeup. Men can wear makeup too. I'm assuming you're me. You could cover up your tattoo. I've seen multiple people do this. I have seen women cover up their tattoos. I've seen men cover up their tattoos with clothing and also makeup, right? So you can do that just so you're making that first impression. So you don't have that judgment. You don't have that first judgment. The other thing you might want to consider is to find work at a tattoo shop or at a company that maybe makes the paint for tattoos or something of that nature, something in that vicinity, because they're probably going to be more open to your tattoo. That would be my ideal scenario for you, is to find a company that you can work for that's going to be very accepting of it from the get-go, right? And again, this could be a company that's like, a tattoo parlor to a company that builds designs for tattoo artists or something. I don't know, something of that space. I don't have any tattoos personally, so I can't talk to which companies, but it's just like if for folks that are 420 friendly, right? There are plenty of companies actually now where, they're actually implementing the green, the Mary Jane, whatever you want to call it. And so one of them, actually, one of my friends had started working at, it's called Duffy. Let me see if I can look it up. It's called Duffy. And so if I were someone that I was 420 friendly and I enjoyed that, well, I would want to work at a place that maybe sold that stuff, right? That sold it. So that's my perspective, because they're probably going to be more inclusive. That's going to be a part of their culture. You can probably openly talk about it in meetings and whatnot. So it's going to be more inclusive to you. So that would be my advice. So you're going to do either one of two things. Look at companies that are very much open to tattoos, or you're going to need to cover it up in the beginning, just so that's not making an impact. Now, I would say tell them that you do have a tattoo after you're at a point where maybe an offer is in the picture, just so they know. And it's not like you're just hiding things, but I think they will understand, like, hey, I didn't want to be judged for my face tattoo. You could say that. You don't want to be judged for your tattoo, so I decided to cover it for my interviews, because maybe past experience or whatever. So yeah, that is my answer to you, Joshua Marker. And NASCAR is saying day trading people don't care about your face tattoo. Very true. You can be a day trader for sure. Or definitely find something online as well. Oh, thank you, Percy. Welcome in. Thank you for the super chat. Hey. I appreciate it. And so Percy says with his $10 super chat, hey, you look fabulous. Nice topic. I'm trying to get my family members on the crypto train, but they gonna get left behind. How do I make them see this once in a lifetime opportunity? Okay, so that's a good question, Percy. It's tough. I've struggled with this. I've been talking with my brother as well. I think I'm frozen. I'm sorry, folks, if I'm frozen. I'm having connectivity issues, so bear with me. I don't know if I'm back or not, but I'm going to answer this question. So I have been dealing with this with my brother. I've been trying to talk to him. A cousin of mine, who I didn't even know was in cryptocurrencies, he had been talking to my brother about it, but he hasn't bought in because he's afraid. And so this is how it was broken down to me to actually get me to invest more. Once I talked to my cousin, who was like, yeah, I've been investing since 2014 or whatever. So he told me to think of it in a different way. Think about how you're using your money. So you may take this approach, Percy. So you may want to say, look, this is the value that I see with cryptocurrency. Now, you do have to get into what's the barrier with them. Is it just that they're afraid, or do they not have a lot of money to spend? It's really hard when you don't have a lot of income or you don't have a lot of money just sitting somewhere to say, oh, we're going to put our money into cryptocurrency. Well, what's cryptocurrency? Well, it's this digital currency where it's encrypted and it's like open market regulated aside from the banks. People have grown to trust the banks. So actually, some people still don't trust banks, but people have just recently started to trust banks. So now you're saying put your money into this virtual asset when people don't have a lot of money. So you have to, I think, get them to think into the value of it, what they're going to get in return, possibly. So this is the explanation that my cousin gave to me. Let's say you have $10 to spare, right? You have $10. What are you typically going to do with that $10? Well, you might buy, and this is a trimmed down version because he told me something else, but you might buy some McDonald's, right? So what's going to happen when you eat that McDonald's? You ate the McDonald's. What happened to your $10? You ate it. It's gone. It's gone. You poof, disappeared. But what happens when you put that same $10 into something, say a Bitcoin, where you can see the trajectory? Look at this chart. It has increased in value. Yes, it's had some dips and ups and downs, but over time, it is increasing in value. Where your $10 could turn into $100. However, if you just spend that $10 on McDonald's and you eat it, you lost it. So you're going to lose it either way. And you can afford $10. You can afford to lose $10. People spend $10 on anything. Now, what my cousin explained to me was a steak dinner. He gave me that analogy. I just trimmed it down for just anybody. But he told me, you may spend $100 on a good steak dinner at the end of the week, right? Well, what happens when you eat that steak dinner? Your money's gone. But if you spend that $100 that you're not going to miss anyway into cryptocurrency, well, you can actually get more money from that because, yes, it's high volatility. That's a good thing because the movement of the market is still trending upward. So that was the case that he made for me. I was already bought in, but I was hesitant to do more. And I was trying to figure out, okay, when should I stop? And he said he continuously buys in. And so he broke it down for me that way. I don't know if that will help. I think a lot of people are going to miss it. I do. I simply do think people will miss out because most people are not following the trends that quickly. It takes a while. Most of us, when it comes to investing, are investing once everybody's talking about it, or investing when CNN is saying, hey, buy this stock. Well, everyone else already bought in and they're probably selling it to get a profit now or selling portions of it to get a profit. So that's tough. It is tough, but you can only do so much. You can't force anyone to do anything, unfortunately. Fortunately and unfortunately. Sometimes it's just like, just get started, just do it, but they have to learn on their own. Let's see here. Oh, yes, thank you for commenting, Miss Roller. Yes, we appreciate Percy. Percy is always coming through supporting, so we appreciate you, Percy. Washington Market says, thank you, Jessica. I appreciate it. I'll give that a try tomorrow when I go looking. Sorry for going off topic. No worries. Anytime I have a topic, even if it's financial or something, I'm happy to address more job-related content. That really was the basis of my channel, but I named it Jessica Hicks because I wanted to talk about everything. So we talk about everything over here. It's okay. You're good. I hope it helps, but unfortunately, in the interim, you just have to try to work past other people's biases and show them that you're a great person. And then you kind of show like, hey, by the way, I'm great. I can do this job. I happen to have a face at you. We're good with that. They're already sold on you, so too late. No issues. Okay, so you guys could see me. Okay, cool. Oh, you weren't frozen. Okay, for me, it showed me like frozen, and then I got a notification that said my internet was like slow. So, okay, cool. Works for me. Hey, Harold, welcome in. Nissan is hiring. Oh, so do they have microchips now? What? Do these car companies have microchips? Because I still hear about these shortages happening. I got a letter today from this. I had a Nissan car and they're still sending me and calling me, and that car is gone. I'm like, the car is gone. What car do you want? You keep offering me money for this car. The car does not exist. It is gone. I'm sorry to tell you this. They're like, please give us your car. Sell us this car. We'll pay you this. And I'm just like, it's gone. I don't know what to tell you. Washington Market says, it's cryptocurrency an app I can download on my phone. Cryptocurrency is virtual currency. Now, you can get a wallet, a cryptocurrency wallet, or you can get an app that is a cryptocurrency exchange. So kind of like with stocks, most people don't just go to the Facebook. I'm gonna pick on Facebook because they've been in the news, but most people don't just go to Facebook's website and say, oh, I want to buy 10,000 shares of Facebook. They will use an exchange like a TD Ameritrade, a Charles Schwab, a Fidelity, all of these different exchanges to purchase stocks. Well, that's the same case with cryptocurrency. You're going to use an exchange to purchase the cryptocurrency in most cases, unless you're a crypto miner. And with crypto mining, you'll have to look into it, but you have to purchase these either computers, or you have to purchase certain systems in place where you can actually mine. Now, I have seen some weird stories about people using their squirrel or rat or something or a hamster to mine for them and things like that. I'm not talking about that, but like to mine a large chunk of these cryptocurrencies, you need a supercomputer, or you can just purchase them through an exchange. Now, there are apps. You can get a Gemini app or a Coinbase app or Kraken app and purchase these cryptocurrencies. I hope that makes sense. It is a very new technology, but from there, a lot of people, to keep their stuff safe, they will move it from the exchange and move it to their wallet. And online, like a hard wallet now. A hard wallet, there are also online wallets. So you just have to determine what's good for you. But just keep learning, just keep reading about it. It'll come together. Oh, Miss Career Ender. I'm a career ender? Oh no. When did I become that? I hope I'm someone that can help start people's careers or help, progress folks' career. Whose career did I end? I'm sorry. Oh, zero is so funny. I bet you're talking about Dave Ramsey. I think you're talking about Dave Ramsey. Oh, thank you. Oh, oh my goodness. Okay, with that, we're gonna end the chat. It is time to go. Well, let me look at some of the last comments. And Zero says there are offline wallets for cryptocurrency as well. Yes, thank you, Zero, for sure. And I heard that mining uses a lot of like electricity running the light bill up. Exactly. Yes, that is the complaint about cryptocurrency mining. It's not environmentally friendly, but at the same time, I do feel like it will be, because there's also this shift of us using, that star that's in the sky that gives us energy all day. So using sunlight to actually uses energy. We should be doing it because it's naturally coming at us, giving us energy. It's the reason you go outside when it's sunny and it's like all of a sudden you could have been asleep. All of a sudden you have energy. The sun is giving off energy. So it's a miraculous thing that we could use that I think will solve all of those problems. But maybe we're not there yet. And thank you. Bless you as well. God bless you, Minister Terrence. Appreciate you being here. All right. So I'm going to close. Zero's laughing. Yeah, Zero is ending the live. He's ending the live for us. All right, so I'm going to close this out. Thank you all again for being here. Thanks for joining the chat. I thought it was a good discussion. I appreciate you. We're going to keep talking about cryptocurrency. We're going to keep learning about it because I do think that it's the future, right? There is a shift happening, and it's happening right before our eyes. And I think we need to all be a part of it, no matter what happens, because I do think it's almost like a money renaissance. And why would you not want to be a part of it? Even if what if it all just thinks and obliterates? What if that happens? Well, I want to be able to say that I was a part of it and that I advocate for this shift in money and making it more of a peer-to-peer thing long term. That is the vision that I see for cryptocurrency, and putting more power to the people. I think that could be a beautiful thing. It could be tainted just as everything else has been, right? But I think that's the beauty of cryptocurrency right there. And the fact that instead of a fiat system where money goes down in value, we have this system potentially where money goes up in value. So with that, I'm going to close things out. Thank you so much for the chat. People are acting up. Zero's acting up in the chat. Everyone's acting up. It is getting late. Oh my goodness. Yes, everything's driven up in price, Miss Fuller. Definitely. All right, y'all. Well, I'm going to say goodnight. Thank you so much for being here. Have a great evening, and I appreciate you. I will see you in the next one. Bye, y'all.